Welcome Strategy Battle Games to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host GBHL Damian
and GBHL Tom.
And we are here with another in our exciting series of the Battle of the Five Armies, Fortnight-ish period. So this is our last video looking through this lovely supplement.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about it. What did you actually think of the supplement?
Yeah, it's great. It's really good quality, especially giving it away free in a white dwarf.
Yeah. It's surprising we didn't talk about that.
No.
So yeah, it's free. Is it a shame? It's half the size of the Destination of Smug one.
Yeah, it's a
which is
shame.
bound. But then this was 20 quid? 25 quid?
I have no idea, to be honest.
And that was £2.40?
Yeah.
Obviously now it's £5. There is a tiny part of me, I'm not going to lie, that is a bit sad. There you go, 2012.
Yeah.
2013. 2014. It shows how the range is done. But it's a nice profile. It feels like a real GW supplement. Yeah. So I think we should be pleased with it. So yeah, if you haven't got it, there's a big deal made about how the Destination Smalgum was only hundreds worldwide. So you know, it might. Who knows? It might be too late. It might not. But go out and if you haven't got it already, buy the real one because a physical copy is always. It's nice to just flip through it. Yeah. So this is our last of 3 videos looking through the supplement. And what are we looking at in this one, Tom?
We are going to be looking at Thorin's company and the evil heroes.
Except for Smaug. We've already done Smaug, so the orcs.
Also another scenario.
Yeah, the last of the scenarios, which all kind of round up this section.
Yeah.
So let's plough on, shall we?
Yeah, straight into it. Thorin Oakenshield.
Thorin Oakenshield.
King under the mountain.
Indeed.
Very cool model.
It's very cool model.
You may have seen or may see in the future an unboxing of this chap.
Yeah, so we've had we've had a fairly close look at him in the unboxing, in his rules. But briefly,
he's 125 points, so more expensive than the normal Thorin. But the bonus here is that he gets a free heroic combat every go.
That's his big deal, isn't it? Free heroic combat every single turn. Also re-rolls failed wounds against Azog.
Yes.
Problem with that, counterpoint to that, you can't have the Oakenshield.
Yeah. So he's not as good as your leader, but he's a more aggressive fighter, which makes him very
every single turn, free heroic combat. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and if you put him up alongside someone like Dwalin, he can really help other heroes get around as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. What you mean, like send him?
Yeah, if you win priority,
Dwalin into one guy. Yeah. And send them off against different people.
Yeah. Then that'd be very good.
But I think competitively, you would go with the first one.
Yeah.
So that you could have him as your leader and that you could shield.
Yeah.
But fantastic model and a really great profile.
Yes.
Yeah, but what's more interesting about Thorin perhaps is the fact that having him in your army unlocks special rules for the other dwarfs.
Yeah, he's very helpful to have as that centerpiece.
Yeah. So why don't we move on to the rest of the company? Look at Feely and Keely together because they both have the same benefits and the same downsides.
Yeah. So they're essentially the same stats as last time, but they're at defense 8 now instead of defense 5.
So they get +3 defense.
+3 defense, but they lose their ranged weapons. So no bow for Keely and no throwing daggers for Feely.
Which makes a lot of sense again.
Yeah.
Depending on the scenario.
They're both bodyguards to Thorin as they were last time. They both have the combat synergy.
Thank God.
They also have a new rule.
Which is fantastic that Simon said that he put that in due to, at least in part, due to the love of it on the Facebook group.
Yeah, and at the Throne of Schools, I'm sure we were
Dubakar.
showing it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. What's Dubakar do? What does it do, Bakar?
Yeah. Essentially, Thorin becomes a banner for Feely and Keely if they are within 6 inches.
6-inch banner.
Which is pretty good.
That's pretty good. So yeah, that's cool for them because that essentially gives them 3 attacks, which is one of their downsides. Yeah. Other downside, low defense has been counteracted. Yeah. So and they've both got swords.
Yeah.
So they, that's a pretty good weapon for them, as we'll see later on. Maybe some of the weapons aren't optimised. Yeah. But they're pretty good, and they go up by 15 points.
Yeah.
So
well worth it.
Yeah, +3 defense.
Yeah. They lose the bow.
They lose a bow, but they gain Dubakar.
They get the banner.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good trade. Feely's throwing weapons, I think, have been more helpful in the games I've played than Keely's bow.
Because you generally don't want to stand back. Yeah. Yeah.
But generally, I think we should do this for every one of the dwarfs, good or bad.
Oh yeah.
We should have, let's do that.
Well done.
Yeah. So, Thorin.
Yeah.
I'm going to say bad. compared to the old one. We're going to say, like, what would you take?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Do you think?
Yeah, you definitely take the old one with the oaken shield.
Yeah.
But that's not to say it's a bad profile.
No, not this bad, but
it's a good profile.
But we're saying which one's
which one's better?
Yeah. So Thorin goes in bad. Are we agreed?
Maybe you could have a middle ground.
There is no middle ground.
Okay.
It's 2 columns.
Bad then.
Good gets Feely.
Yeah.
And Keely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the defence 8 outweighs the bow.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's them. We now have Biffa.
Biffa.
Who is 65 points.
Yes, so he's 15 points extra as well.
Yeah. He gets defence 8.
Yeah, so that's his big thing. And again, +3 defence. I think we're seeing them all wearing dwarf heavy armours, giving them +3 defence.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Like the difference in this company going from, it's not as big with Thorin or maybe even with Dwalin, but jumping from defence 5 up to 8 is pretty good for these kind of heroes.
Yeah.
So he loses the ability to throw stones.
Oh wow.
Which matters a
a
lot, because I have lost track of the number of games I've seen Biffa standing there lobbing rocks. Which I really think...
I didn't even know he had that.
Yeah, I think it's in there because at the end of Unexpected Journey he throws a rock at a warg. I think that's what it is, but yeah.
Bizarre. And he has a 2-handed axe in this.
Yeah, and before, his boar spear, I believe, still counted as a 2-handed axe or a spear.
Yeah. So he's just lost the spear.
Yes.
Part. But again, he rarely uses that as a spear.
I would agree, yeah. So again, a 2-handed axe, he's not burly or weapon master, so you're not likely to use that.
No.
So that's kind of relevant. We don't mind about him losing throwing stones.
No.
15 points extra for +3 defence.
Yeah, but he also has his battle damage special rule has a kind of extension or new part where Bofa can remove it at the start of the game. Take him down a wound, but then he automatically starts with his free heroic action.
He can wrench the axe from his head.
Yes.
And what's interesting about this is Simon Grant's already stepped in on the Facebook group and FAQ'd this.
Yeah.
This is worth knowing, and we'll put this in the community FAQ. Traditionally, if Biffa got wounded, if he then was healed by either Oin or Elrond, his rule should have stopped taking place.
Yeah.
And I don't think people used to do that.
No.
They say once he's been reduced to that, that's how he is.
Yeah.
So if you're playing with Thorin's company, Biffa, then if he gets healed by Oin, that rule stops. Whereas if Bofa rips it out of his head, it will then stay in play for the duration of the game, even if he gets healed. So that's cool, because you'd almost certainly do it. First turn, rip it out, then Oin heals him.
Yeah.
And then he's mad.
Yeah, and then he's great.
Yeah. So I think that's got a bit better as well. And we were wondering if... it's obviously come from a version of the film, and we won't discuss whether or not it is in the film. But that's obviously come from that kind of that sort of fluff behind that. The Bofa would wrench it out of his head. So Biffa, better. Yeah?
Better.
Absolutely.
So Bofa. Again, defence 8.
Yep.
Jump.
So +3 defence.
Yeah. Apart from that, we didn't say on Biffa that he is sworn protector to Thorin.
Of course, yeah, because we're feeling Keely a bodyguard. They don't get this. But it's probably worth saying for the rest of the company, it's all of them.
Yeah.
The rest of the company are sworn protectors for Thorin, King Under the Mountain.
Yeah.
So this is where we're saying that even though his profile might not be that good, he by being there, he makes the others better.
Yeah, so if you're taking all of Thorin's company, you'd argue that you take this Thorin.
Yeah, definitely.
Not the other one.
Yeah, if you want the Champions era.
That's why I want him in the middle ground.
Yeah, well maybe he'll move over at the end.
Right.
Maybe that'll be the twist.
Yeah.
Not really a twist now, is it?
No.
But yeah, Bofa, he gets +3 defence, and he has the 2-handed hammer.
Yeah.
And before he had either a 2-handed hammer or it could pierce and strike.
Yeah.
It was still 2-handed, but it could pierce and strike.
But he can't now.
Now it can't pierce and strike. Slight difference, but again, with the 2-attack model, you didn't really...
No,
you weren't using it, were you?
No.
So essentially he's paying 15 points...
For the 3 defence.
For the
and
+3 defence. And Swarm Protector.
Yeah. So it's worth it.
Better?
Yeah.
Other than that, those stats are the same?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going in the happy column.
Yeah. And Swarm Protector, how big a range is that?
It's 12 inches, isn't it? So normally you pick them up. Well, I say normally.
Yeah,
we actually made something out of this in the Longbottom quiz that no one had it. But these are the first models to have it. And you either pick unless it specifies, and it specifies.
It's essentially a slightly worse version of Bodyguard.
Yeah, as long as they're within 12 inches, which is really fluffy. It's the idea of them all being together on the battlefield, chopping stuff up.
Okay, cool. So both of goes in the happy list.
Also it's worth saying up to 8. Everyone's gone up to defence 8 so far with a +3 defence.
Bomber.
Who I thought was already quite a tasty profile. 3 wounds and a fate kept him alive.
Yeah. With the
Fight 3 was a shame. Couple of attacks. Could boost people's will.
Yep.
It's quite good.
Well, Bomber's now Fight 4.
He's Fight 4. Bomber's got better at fighting, which is cool.
He's also Defence 7, not 8, but he started at Defence 4.
So he's still got +3 defence, so it seems the Dwarf Heavy Armour is giving them +3 defence.
And he's now got a flail, because he used to have his little, whatever you call it.
I don't think he used to get any special strikes from. He used to have a ladle and an axe.
He could use the beefy one
to bash, but he can still do that. Yeah. That wasn't his weapon.
Yeah, he kind of had cooking in
He had a cleaver, so maybe you could pierce and strike, which he's lost.
No, you can't.
Not with a cleaver?
Not with Bombers. I'd say you faint with that one.
Okay. Fainting with a cleaver. So he's gone up 20 points, but for that he's gained +1 fight and +3 defence.
Yeah.
Which is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
3 wounds, defence 7.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And he's got a flail.
And he's got a relatively low fight value.
Yeah.
So a foul might be handy.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a pretty good profile.
And again,
keeps his same special rules as last time.
Yeah. He can still
give the
he's still fat, so he can't really move. He hasn't lost a lot of weight. And he can give the will point back.
Yeah.
So,
more.
1 less defence than everyone else though, because he started low.
But 7's still very good. You wouldn't
sniff it that. So Bomber's going in our good column.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we go up to Dwalin, who of course previously everyone was saying was a bit weak and underpowered, and hopefully they might do something to kind of boost him because he needs it.
And he got it.
Didn't he? Dwalin has inexplicably been given a huge boost.
He is Fight 6 still, Strength 5, Defence 8, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 6, 3 might, 2 will, 2 fate, which is essentially the same, but he just gets an extra might point.
An extra might and 2 defence.
And 2 defence.
So he goes up only 2 in defence, and his points are 20 points more.
Yep. And but he now has a 2-handed axe and 2 axes.
Instead of a hammer.
Instead of a hammer.
So he can't bash.
No.
So that old tactic of bashing ring wraiths off is gone. Yeah. However, I don't think people will care.
No. No. Because he has essentially Gimli's rule. It's the King's Axeman, where if he chooses to use his 2 axes when fighting, he gets +1 attack to 4. Which is amazing.
But he won't get his beefy.
No, he doesn't get the burly. He doesn't get the +1, but he can piercing strike with that.
Yeah. 4 attacks at Fight 6, I'm piercing striking.
Yeah.
You do it anyway. I thought this was Gloin in the old rules. I suddenly, after playing with him a few times, I was like, what? In the start of the game, he's got 2 might. Why wouldn't you piercing strike?
Yeah.
Even when you're trapped, you know?
Yeah. Just do it. Smash stuff up.
But he has a 2-handed axe, so he can piercing strike, go 2-handed.
And burly.
Yeah, he could go up to strength 8.
Yeah.
With 3 attacks.
Yeah.
At Fight 6.
Or strength 7 with 4 attacks.
Yeah. And then +1 to wound.
No, strength 8 it's still strength 8 with 4 attacks.
Yeah. But he wouldn't get the +1 to wound.
He wouldn't get the +1 to wound.
Which is incredible, and he gets that extra might point. So yeah, Dwalin, in terms of points efficiency, if you were going to make Dwalin give him 4 things, I think essentially an extra attack, an extra might point and 2 defence are pretty damn good uses of that.
Yes. I mean, an extra fight would also be nice, but he's not Fight 7 model.
So Dwalin...
He becomes for 115 points he's a beast.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think, how do you take him down?
Shoot him.
Shoot him. Defense 8.
But yeah, he's fantastic. So expect to see
even more. The model's
of
incredible.
Yeah, the model is beautiful. Well, maybe we should just talk about the models at the end because we've been kind of glossing over those.
Okay, Balin. He gets the defence upgrade to defence 8.
Plus 3 defence, yeah.
I don't think he gets any other upgrades and stats.
He's 15 points more, so there's his plus 3 defence,
Yeah.
15 points.
Yeah. He has a 2-handed mace this time instead of a sword.
Okay, so you just swap that.
The sword could do 2 things, couldn't it?
Sword could piercing strike, or it could feint.
Could it piercing strike?
I think so.
Or was it bad? There was something. That was a sword mace.
Oh yeah, no, you might. Yeah, you might be right. Actually, sword mace would imply bash.
This shows how much time how often you've used this.
Yeah, true. Yep, feint or bash.
And other than that, he's the same profile. So basically, he gets the 200 axe for free. If
So
you say that it's worth that.
or he swaps it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he swaps
200
it.
mace.
Oh yeah, it's a
He
200
swaps
mace.
it, so he can't feint anymore.
Yeah.
And he's only 5'4", so he's
He's
relatively
strength
low.
3, which is poor
Strength 3 is very weird.
for Thorin's company.
So, that's in.
I still think he's a very good profile. For 60 points, he gets a lot for his points, but they're locked up in. You know, it's not a good synergy of the points. He gets defense 8, but you're on a 1-attack model. He's got 3 will. Yeah, okay, he uses that for priority. So I think I'd go for the old Balin. The one that can lead troops is still better than this one.
The Army of Thrall.
Yeah,
because you do mean Thorin's company, but Barley, you don't mean old.
Yeah.
He's better than that because he's cheaper.
Yeah. Because this Balin is not used to fight, so making him up to 60 points is not... You know, okay, his defense 8 is harder to kill, but that's not his role. His role is to provide the 1 might point that he has and to win your priority.
And his weapon's worse because he's got a 2-handed mace that he's never going to use.
No,
because he's
got
not
one
burly.
attack.
And he doesn't get to feint anymore. So are we saying Balin is worse?
Well, not worse in a bad way, but I don't think...
I mean, he's plus 3 defence, so he's better.
Yeah, but I don't think you need to spend extra points on this model.
Yeah. He would be...
You'd rather have him cheaper.
Yeah. That's the thing, we're not saying they're awful profiles, but they're not... He's going in there.
Yeah.
He's going in with his mate Thorin.
Yeah.
And the naughty con.
Yeah. Oin.
Oin.
Gets defence 8. Now this is an interesting one because he was defence 4 to start with.
He was plus 4 defence.
Yeah, he does have a shield though. So perhaps it's plus 3 for the armour and plus 1 for the shield.
Yep.
Still has his healing herbs and prognostication special rules.
Great rules.
So it's the same profile but plus 4 defence.
And that is really good.
Yeah.
Because he has a shield, and one of Oin's problems was that he was quite easy to take out.
Yeah, because he's 1 attack.
He's now defence 8 and can shield.
Yes. He's very good.
Which is very, very good.
And how many points extra is he?
He's 20 points extra.
Which is fair.
For the 4 defence.
Yeah.
But also he had a 2-handed staff before,
yes.
which he never used.
Yeah.
He now gets a sword.
Yes, which is
so
much
he can
better.
feint.
He's much better.
That's a really good profile.
Yeah. He's a
65
very good
points.
support hero because that banner reroll can come in handy massively.
Yeah.
And also the using the healing on Biffa.
Yeah.
Can be great.
Yeah, straight away.
So yeah.
Also, obviously, Swarm Protector.
Yeah. So he goes in.
Oin goes in the happy column.
Next up is Gloin. He's 95 points, so is that just 5 more?
10 more.
10 more.
10 more points more.
And he gets defence 8 instead of 7 this time.
Which is really crucial. That's a big jump.
Yeah. And he gets an extra might point, so he's 3 mites.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So he's another one of the ones who was already pretty good.
Yeah, and you've just given him an extra defence and an extra might.
And that's his 10 points.
Yeah. This time he has a 2-handed axe as opposed to 2 axes.
And he's not burly.
And he's not burly. So if you want to piercing strike,
you have to go
you have to go
2-handed.
2-handed, which is less good.
It is less good.
And apart from that, it's just the Swarm Protector extra. So where are we on Gloin?
That's still better.
Yeah. 3 might.
Yeah, 3 might
And defence
the
8.
defence is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy column.
Yeah. And like you were saying, with the 3 might, depending on who you're up against, but well, just go for it. Do the 2-handed piercing.
I wouldn't go with it for 2-handed though. I was saying that the old Gloin, I always found that you don't. If you're trapped, it's like, well, I'm not going to piercing strike because I'll go down. But when he had 3 attacks and 2 might and fight 6, he was quite likely to win.
But when you're going up against stuff that you need to kill with high defence, why wouldn't you 2-handed piercing strike and use his might to get the 6?
Because what if he only got 4? What if he only got 3?
Well, he'd lose the fight anyway. I know he goes down in defence, but it's 5 worst.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he still goes in the happy pile.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Ori.
60
points.
That's 20 points more.
Yeah, so what does he get for that? He's now fight 4.
So he's +1 fight.
Yeah.
That's good. So both him and Bombar have learnt through their journey and become better fighters. That's good.
He's also defense 7, so that's another +3
defense. So there's your 20 points.
And he's got an extra attack.
Got an extra attack.
Which is great.
2 attack Ori.
Yeah.
So that's free.
He does lose his slingshot in that rule, which is a shame because that's what he was very good at.
Yeah.
And he has a 2-handed axe. So now he's...
So that's a fair trade.
Yeah, now he's more of a combat hero with the 2 attacks.
Yeah, fight 4, 2 attacks. That's really tasty.
But he is strength 3, and without Burley, he's not going to be able to piercing strike. So he's quite weak at chopping through stuff with the strength 3.
Yeah. But that's better.
With the 2 attacks, I think swings it, but
because the 2 attacks makes them. It's like giving Owen the shield.
Yeah.
It makes them more survivable.
Yeah. But at 60 points, he's quite expensive.
Expensive for a strength 3 model.
Yeah. With 1 might. He does have that Chronicler rule, which we always forget.
If they kill a hero within 3 inches,
they can regain a might point. We always forget that.
Do we?
I mean, you didn't do it in the last battle rep, did you?
Oh yeah. A battle rep you may or may not have seen.
Yeah.
In which I may or may not have killed a hero.
Yeah.
With a member of the company who may or may not have been within 3 inches of Ori. That was it. Ori was up the front.
Yeah.
In this hypothetical battle rep. Yeah. I didn't forget.
Okay.
This wasn't in range.
Okay. Anyway, so you want to put him in the good column. I quite like him with the slingshot. But in the Thorin, if you're playing just Thorin's company, you want people who survive. So you'd rather have this one.
High defense, +1 fight, +1 attack, and he's cheap.
Yeah, let's put him in the good column.
Good column.
Okay, next we come on to Dory.
Oh my Dory. Now, Dory was already a favourite of mine.
Yeah.
He was 55 points, 3 attacks, fight 5.
Yeah, very good.
Tasty. Yeah.
He's gone up 20 points.
Okay, 20 points more.
He's now... he's essentially the same profile apart from his defence 8 now.
A +3 defence, that's 15 of the points.
Yeah. He has a 2-handed mace this time.
Instead of a flail.
Flail, yeah, which is...
Never really used the flail.
No, so...
Because fight 5, you didn't really want to drop down.
Yeah, so 2-handed mace is better because he gets Weapon Master.
He gets Weapon Master
as a bonus.
So that's essentially Burley.
Yeah. So
he never counts as unarmed should you shatter his mace. And he gets to use his 2-handed mace.
Which is brilliant.
That's outstanding.
So
those
gives him +1
points.
to wound and an extra 3 defence. He is, for 75 points, he's a very, very good hero.
3 attacks, fight 5, +1 to win.
Just trying to think what captains you can get for 75 points. There's like, I mean, it's like an elf captain.
What's Ravenhill?
Ravenhill's cheap at 70. But this guy will chop through things quicker than Ravenhill.
A troop smasher.
Yeah.
He comes up against anything, not elves because they're fight 5, but Isengard or less.
Yeah.
Anything fight 4, fight 3. 3 attacks, probably needing, what, strength 4, fight 4s to win.
And defence 8, so he's survivable.
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah.
Well done, Dory.
Dory gets in the happy part.
Obviously. Happy list.
Okay, next up is Nori, who is 70 points, which...
It's 10 points
10
more.
points more. He is defence 8, so he's jumped up 3.
Yeah, 3 defence.
Now he does have a shield here, so he's not going up 4.
So he doesn't get the defence bonus for having a shield?
No.
Why is that?
I guess they didn't want it to make him defence 9.
Why not?
Because that would be a lot.
He's wearing Dwarf Heavy Armour though?
Yep. So yeah, he only gets +3 when he has a shield. Yeah. And he has a shield and a mace, so he's got a single-handed weapon this time. Which means that his Weapon Master from last time is redundant, really, unless he gets his weapon shattered.
Because he had a 2-handed
Yeah,
mace
he used to
before.
have a 2-handed mace, now he's a single.
He's got a Weapon Master which he can't use.
Yeah.
So he's good for his points though, because he's only 10 points more, and he gets +3 defence and a shield.
Yeah, so he can now shield.
So that's essentially 20 points more. But
No,
he's not paying.
The shield comes in the defence point. There's no difference. Shield is one of those pips of defence. He gets +2 defence plus a shield.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. That's 15. Yeah. But even then, and then maybe they're taking off 5 because he's lost his two-handed style.
Yeah.
So...
I think the old one's better with the +1 to wound.
Yeah, maybe. Because he could do more.
Yeah, because this one now is 70 points to not do that much. He's a 70-point hero that can't do that much. Okay, if you're comparing him to Ori, he's good because he's got 2 might versus the 1. He has got strength 4 and defense 8 rather than 7, and he's fight 5. So,
but for the purposes of this,
yes,
you would rather Thorin's company Nori.
Yes.
Because you didn't want Nori was a fighter. You didn't want him shielding.
And now he's not a fighter.
Column of Doom.
Yeah. Now we come.
That is the company.
Well, we now come on to the Master Burglar.
Oh, of course, we did it in the unboxing, didn't we?
Bilbo.
I feel about young Bilbo.
Baggins, who is now defense 6 +3 defense.
+3 defense
for the Mithril Coat, and is strength 3 for Sting, +1, which he could take as it's now
included in his
the profile.
So he was 65.
Yeah.
With Sting.
Yeah.
And he's now 90.
Yeah.
So an extra 25 points +3 defense.
Yeah.
Means he needs to find 10 points from somewhere.
Which is 2 might points.
2 might.
So he's 3 might,
3
will,
might
3
hero.
fate. He's brilliant.
That's fantastic.
He still has the ring, still has throw stones key, and still has resistant to magic.
Very key. So you've now finally got that profile that we were dreaming of, where you've got the Bilbo who's immune to the effects of the ring with defense 6.
Yeah. And, I mean, the strength 3 is still a bonus. It's better than 2.
Is it better to have him as defense 6 than having him on a pony? I found Bilbo incredibly effective in his old form.
Yeah.
And I know I've never converted him to a pony, but I know Owen's had a lot of luck with him.
Because he can get places on the pony.
Because the problem with getting him into place with the ring and getting him away from trouble is he's only got 4-inch movement.
Yeah. But I don't know, I think 3 might Bilbo's brilliant.
Yeah, 3 might's very handy. But 90 points for a
support
1 attack
fight hero.
3 is... He still almost feels to me a bit like a 90-point piece of war gear for your big hero.
Yeah.
Like you're almost giving your hero an extra 3 might to do their moves.
He's quite survivable though with 3 fate, defense 6, 2 wounds.
Didn't get the Arkenstone, as
No.
we hoped he might.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely model.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tricky.
Because it's not
70 points on a pony with Sting.
His upgrades for the points are very good, but you now look at it objectively. 90 points for the Bilbo, for what he does in the army. Is he worth the 90?
It's 70 for him, defense 3, 1 might on a pony.
Yeah.
Or 90.
Yeah.
Defense 6.
Yeah, you'd probably say the pony's better. But this is more surprisable.
Just toss up that one.
I'd go for this one. The might. Getting 2 extra might into the army justifies the extra points.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree with you. I think Owen would disagree.
Yeah.
I think he loves the invisible pony.
I think Bilbo and Thorin can quite happily go in the middle column. And there was one other. Owen could kind of go in the middle. Ori.
Ori, you think?
Ori, Bilbo and Thorin are kind of middle ground.
To conclude that section, we've ended up with 10 in the good column. Only Thorin, Balin and Nori are in the bad
and
column.
Thorin can shift into the middle really if you take the whole company.
Yes, because he gives them Swarm Protector. Yeah. So if you take Thorin... So it's only really Balin and Nori that we think if you...
You'd take it.
Actually, I'm still going with... If I was picking them, I would still take Thorin's company. Thorin. With the Oaken
Yeah,
Shield.
you would. But even if you took all of the champions of Erebor...
Yeah, because what does that do?
They all get the banner.
Yeah, so if
Within
you have
6 inches of
all
Thorin.
13 dwarves in your army...
Yeah, they all get
they
Dubakar.
all count... Within 6 inches, they all...
I just think you get to say Dubakar every go.
You do get to say Dubakar. I mean, that is a huge rule.
That's an extra attack for all of them, because they're going to be by Thorin. That then makes the Thorin easily
keeping that many
justifiable.
models within 6 inches of him.
Yeah, but the majority will be within 6.
Mm.
But that's then worth 25 points.
Dwalin's got 5 attack.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's... I'd take the other Thorin then.
I think that swings it. If you've got all of the dwarfs, then you take the new Thorin.
Yes. And okay, he's your leader and he's having to fight through rather than shield, but
he counts as a banner as well.
You could make Bilbo your
Hasn't
leader.
that been ruled that he would count as a banner to himself?
Yeah.
No, because he doesn't have Dubakar.
No.
Does he get it?
I think it... Yeah, let's read it in the army list bit. Yes. A model with this special rule counts as being in range of a banner if he is within 6 inches of Thorin. And it says, if your force includes all 13 dwarves, then they each have the Dubakar. So yeah.
So Thorin has the rule?
Yeah.
Cool. So then that gives Thorin an extra attack.
Well worth it.
Yeah, Thorin moves over to the happy cod. Yeah.
Who are your top 3 then? I think for improvements, I think Dwalin definitely gets a nod.
Dory
definitely gets a nod. And then it's tricky who the third one is.
Maybe Oin. Although feeling Keeley could be good.
Yeah,
going up to defence 8.
Because they're like 5 heroes, they're very good.
Well, Thorin arguably.
Yeah.
You're now saying I love that. I love that the company have even better synergy.
Yeah.
That they all get
That's
better
what the Fellowship
if they're all
lacks.
together.
The Fellowship really needs Gandalf as the banner.
Yeah.
And you need the Legolas with more attacks in that.
You need the hobbits
small
to do
heroes.
something useful.
Yeah, the hobbits can't be. And Frodo needs to be cheaper.
Ori and Balin and Oin are fairly rubbish combat fighters, but they do something else.
Yeah. Yeah, Sam should be able to give the will back.
So it's only Balin and Ori that we really think have suffered.
Yeah.
And even that, they haven't suffered. They've got better defence. It's just for their points. We think the other version is slightly more efficient.
Yeah.
So overall,
yeah,
as a set of rules,
great,
they're fantastic. Yeah, the model. What do you think of the company?
Oh, it's stunning.
Absolutely brilliant.
Every single model is brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of money to get the company, obviously, and some people may, think that's too much, but compared to normal hero models, they're not. It's not horrific. I know it's a lot of money, but for the quality of these sculpts, it really is.
The other thing is, while they're a lot of money, they're a lot of points.
Yeah, it's a whole army.
It's 1,000 points, isn't it? Still.
So you can take these as an army, and then it's not.
Yeah. I think they're well worth it.
Reasonably good as an army.
Yeah, I'd be interested to try it.
Yeah.
Like you'd need to get them all.
I'm really tempted to do these really soon.
It'd be interesting to see the quite what you do need to get to.
Oh, how much they're worth? It's over 1,000.
It is over.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Because to get to it, he's
125
isn't he?
Thorin, 70 and 70 for the Feeling Kiwi, 65 for Biffa and Bofa and Bomber, 115 for Dwalin, 60 for Balin, Oin is 65, Gloin 95, 60 for Ori, 75 for Dori, 70 for Nori, and 90 for... Oh, that's 1,000 on the nose!
And does Bilbo not count?
Bilbo's 90.
So they're 1,000 points.
If you ignore Bilbo, they're 1,000.
That's deliberate, intentional, isn't it?
That is deliberate.
So there you go, 1,000 points will get you the entire company.
Oh, I want to do that.
That's yeah. I wonder how many of them you'd see at 1,000 point tournament. Because we were saying they'd all count as within range of banner, and they're very survivable.
Yeah.
They'll suffer at recon, but if anything like high ground or whole ground, or there'll be a big tank just charging forward.
I mean, they struggle against some of the spell heavy armies. If you come up against a couple of wizards. Dwalin and Thorin will smash through stuff with that heroic combat.
Definitely be fun.
Yeah.
Fluffy as hell as well.
Yeah. So yeah, our thoughts on Thorin's company are brilliant.
Well done.
Evil heroes.
Absolutely.
As a quick change of scenery, we have Azog, Lieutenant of Sauron, who's 200 points. That's a big chunk of points, and that's without the White Warg, who's an extra 50.
So he's 25 points more than he was.
Yeah. Well, what's he get for his 25 points? He gets 2 extra fate.
That's fantastic for
which
Azog.
is great, because that was his big weakness.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 extra fate, so which effectively, when he's got the White Warg, and you'd probably, unless you're doing it for fluff reasons,
give him the White Warg.
Give him the White Warg, so he's might 6, 4 will, and 4 fate, which is an extraordinary profile.
Because now they have, as they did for the FAQs, they've really simplified his rules. Yeah. So if he's on the White Warg, they just share their might.
But you cross off. You have to cross off who uses it, because they may, if he gets dismounted.
Yeah.
So that actually posed a question. Actually, do you? I always crossed it off the White Warg first, but if they target Azog and not the White Warg, you could end up using all the White Wargs. Azog dies, and then the White Warg's left with no might left, and Azog's dead with his. But I think it's worth banking that he'll get dismounted more easily than you'd kill Azog.
I suppose it depends how they're attacking him. If they're shooting, it's random.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he's in combat, maybe you are better using Azogs.
Yeah.
Because they'll kill Azog first.
I think I was using the White Wargs just because they had things like Hurl or...
Yeah.
If they've got Hurl or Blast, then
he's going to get dismounted and survive. It's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, that was just a quick aside. He gets a couple of special...
What courage is he? So is he 5?
Courage 5, yeah. Now, the one thing that everyone said when I had Azog at the taunt, we'd all start rolling terror tests to go into him, and they don't have to. Everyone assumes he's terrifying because on the White Warg he looks terrifying, but he's not. So it's a shame he doesn't have terror.
Could you tell them, or...?
Yeah. So yeah, he gets a special rule with the new profile. He has a 12-inch standfast, and like the Saruman one, this affects other heroes, which is pretty big for evil.
That's huge for evil.
So that's what he gets. His extra points are 10 points for the extra fate, and then this effectively is the extra 15 points. How much is he normally? 175. Yeah, so an extra 15 points to get this rule. Worth it?
Yeah. If you're going to spend 175 on him, then you spend the extra 25. Because I use Isengard a lot. If I ever don't have Fury or I'm spread out, people like Vrasku having Courage 4, you can't rely on them.
No.
They've only got one will. Evil heroes can't really be relied on.
And the Gundabads and the Hunter Orcs don't have Fury. And yes, you can do that, but I didn't, and it was a massive problem.
So suddenly you've then got Azog and got the daisy chain. Azog sorts out a couple of war captains, Fimbul, Narzog, that sort of thing, and then they sort out another 6 inches worth of warriors.
Yeah. So, okay, so thoughts on this profile versus the last one?
It's better. Miles better.
Yeah.
It's a shame he
goes in the happy column.
You can't kind of go without saying it's a shame he hasn't got the armour.
Because then, tack on an extra 10 points and he's defence 7.
And he's
incredible. Then he's a beast.
Yeah. But again,
I found he was still very good at defence 5.
Yeah, well, if you can brave the shooting, if you can get there.
At the low, because it was a lowish points cost tournament, there wasn't that much shooting.
What were we talking about?
450 then 650.
Then 650, yeah. So not a lot of shooting.
No.
You can shield him with a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it's going to hit the
quick on the White Warg. Yeah, that's a big bonus. The White Warg takes away and doesn't die.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a shame. It's obviously the armour was added fairly late in the day. CGI was. If you've got the skills, relatively easy to convert him. That's the one benefit. Yeah. Put some armour on that. But of course, it wouldn't have any in-game
sword
effect.
For fainting.
Yeah.
I think people would. I think if it got, it'd be nice to have it errated, but you never know.
Yeah, a bit like Thrall was.
Yeah.
Offer him armour, maybe.
And then we have Bolg, Castellan of Mount Gundabad.
What do you think of the model of Azog?
Oh yeah, so you've probably all seen this by now. But Azog is doing a little dance. Spinning around. It's not captured at a good angle. I think they always struggle with Azog's legs.
Yeah, they do.
They really do. They don't get. He wants to seem sturdy, but he doesn't seem in a good.
This has been called the Louis Spence.
Yeah.
And the ice skating Azog.
I think they could do a much cooler Azog. It's not a terrible model. I just think the arm's at an odd angle.
It looks a bit odd to me. Yeah. And it's one of those ones where I'm not getting it.
I think they won't sell that many of it.
No, because the other thing about it is it doesn't. If it was an awful pose, but it had the armour and the sword, you'd be like, oh yeah, cool, I need to get that.
Yeah.
Whereas there's just another pose of him. There's no other reason to get it, and it doesn't come with the White
Warg either. No. And I think no one will have a problem with you using the old Azog model to represent this.
No, of course not, because there's no difference in Warg. But it's a bit of a shame. A lot of the ones that you think have funny poses, when you see it from different angles, they don't. But when you look at the different angles of this, it doesn't look great.
Yeah.
Probably one of very few models I've been disappointed with in the new range.
Yeah. So we have Bolg, who to counter this is absolutely awesome. Especially on foot, he's an amazing model. Great model.
And this was why I wanted Battle of Five Armies models, because he was the only, as much as it's great to see Thranduil and Bard and Bilbo in their new gear, we had all those models. We didn't have Bolg as he currently appears in the film. So it's really cool to get
and this is him on the walk.
And that's from a very recognisable scene in the film.
We don't know what size his base is yet, but it's big like Azog's.
Yeah.
And it might be even oval.
Yeah, I suppose.
Don't know. But Bolg, he's again 200 points, so again 25 points more than his old profile. What does he get for that? He gets essentially. He gets the extra fate.
Yeah, 2 more fates.
2 more fates, so same as Azog.
Another defense 7 model.
Yep, and he's defense 7, unlike Azog. He also gets the option to take a fell warg, which is huge.
Massive.
Because with his Bringer of Death special rule and the amount of models that he kills, he gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
That's hard to do on foot, to get up to 10 kills, but on a warg you can do it much quicker.
Yeah.
So he's a bit of a beast.
Absolutely. And he gets ancient enemies.
Yeah, which is, so he pays 15 points for the ancient enemies maybe. So hard to say. Which
again, it's that 10-point premium that him and Thorin and Legolas and Azog seem to have paid.
Yeah, and he's kind of paid the premium to be able to get the warg. I think that's still worth it. His ancient enemy, is just they can re-roll. It's like the other Gundabats where they get re-rolls of 1s against
elves and dwarves. So it's a bit situational, but then there are a lot of elves and dwarves out there.
Yeah.
If you're playing a blue versus red tournament, he's your man.
Yeah.
You're coming up against good, you're going to be fighting a lot of elves.
But if you have 1,000 points of evil and you chuck in Azog and Bolg, the enemy's got tricky.
Which one do you pick?
I think, Bolg's obviously better against troops and killing more. Azog's better against heroes. So if you were playing an all hero, you'd choose Azog. If you were playing against troops, you'd pick Bolg.
So lower points, you're probably going to go for Bolg? Because there's less likely to be many heroes? Yeah. Or would you go for Azog, knowing that Azog will smash their lower heroes? Yeah. I mean, his advantage, Bolg's advantage is defense 7.
Yeah. His
disadvantage is they can take the warg out in one shot.
Yeah. I think, Azog's 250 on the warg, but Bolg's 210. So there's a big difference. I think, I don't know, I've not seen Bolg in game and how quickly he can get to the 10.
I've never seen him get to 10.
Yeah, but on the warg, I mean, we've not seen him, we've not tried that. So, I don't know, I love Azog, using him, he's great fun. I think Bolg will be equally good fun, so it's hard to say, but...
Because would you burn through his might on heroic combats?
Azog gets the white warg, he gets 6/4/4.
Do you think with Bolg, is it worth him burning through his might on heroic combats to get to mighty hero?
You charge 2 on the warg, you're probably going to kill the 2.
Yeah, flight 7.
You then go on to another 2, that's 4 in a go.
Yeah.
Do the same next go. That's 2-3 might and you're essentially there.
Yeah.
I think you burn.
And then you start earning it back with mighty hero.
Yeah.
It's an interesting question. Now that he's out, can I use the Gundabad Orc General model as that Bolg on foot?
No.
No?
No.
Tom Harrison says it here first.
I think it's clearly a Gundabad General now.
Could you use him as the old Bolg profile?
This Bolg? Yeah. Oh, you mean the old...
Could you use the Gundabad Orc General as Bolg from the Hobbit rulebook?
I'd say yes for now. I prefer it if people didn't, but if people do it because they love that old model, then why not?
Because you can't put him on the warg.
No, you can't put him on. If someone converted him onto a warg, I'm sure it'd be...
Oh, that could be cool.
Sure it'd be cool enough to be like, yeah, why not?
Oh,
yeah, if someone brought it, I wouldn't be like, no. But I think it'd be better to have... This model's so cool, I mean, why wouldn't you go for this one?
It is really good. Better as a profile.
Yes. With the option of the warg.
And particularly if you're up against elves and dwarves.
Yeah.
He's going to... Imagine that, he's going to tear them apart.
He's strength 5, so against wood elves, that's 3s.
Plus 1 for being bird.
Plus 1, so that's 2s. And then he rerolls 1s.
So you can't... If he comes up against Wood Elves, he can't not kill him.
But I would have. No, he can. Because you can only reroll a reroll once. So if he boshes and get ones, and then boshes again.
Which is
he has to roll triple one and triple
unlikely.
one to not win.
Could happen.
And against dwarves, he needs 5s down to 4s and
Defend
rerolling
7
ones.
dwarves.
Yeah.
6 dwarves in there.
Yeah. He's very good.
He's really good. He is high up my priority list,
Yes,
Penny. But as we've
I need
been
to get
discussing this stuff, it seems an awful lot of stuff is very high up my priority list.
Yes, I need to write a priority list.
And then ignore it and pay
So anyway, very pleased with those two profiles.
Yeah. Shame, where are the evil warriors?
Yeah, I think basically it's the Gundabad's that were already released. And they did look exactly like that.
They did, I mean they were the warriors from the film. Seeing this is that's the end of our profile discussion for the thing. Do we think there's another one coming? Awful lot of chatter about a second book. Now, worth pointing out, I'm always trying to be quite a realist on this. There is no proof or rumours or anything. Despite what people will tell you, it's just people repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
They're hopeful there will be one. Is it likely? Maybe.
Yeah.
All the Iron Hills dwarves
Dane
are
and
missing,
Iron
and Dane's missing, and
again. Sorry. Emma's asleep. She's not anymore.
no. And there's none of the trolls.
No.
None of the bigger war beasts.
No.
Obviously, we want to avoid some of the spoilers, but there's feasibly a lot missing.
Yeah.
But does that mean we're getting another supplement? Not necessarily.
No, there's not that much to fill in a supplement, right?
You think how many pages the company take up on that?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it would surprise. Dane screams out.
Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah. But maybe they
And the
just do
stuff
it in a
from
white dwarf.
there's a lot from the trailers we've seen. There's Iron Hill dwarves. There's goat cavalry. There's the ballistas. There's the chariot.
Yeah.
There's a whole dwarf army potentially in there.
Yeah.
None of which is in here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a second wave of Hobbit stuff in January or February with White Dwarf rules.
Maybe. I hope so.
Released as a PDF.
Yeah.
You'd like to think.
Yeah.
But if I'm brutally honest, I'm quite glad it's over for a month or two, so my wallet can recover a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed there's more.
Okay, so final thing that we're going to talk about is the last scenario in the series. So they have connected them all together. This is the assault on Ravenhill.
There's only 2 scenarios in the supplement.
Yeah.
Slightly disappointing.
Yeah.
From 7 to 5 to 2.
Mm-hmm. The assault on Ravenhill is the big climax to the film.
Spoiler free.
Yeah. Who have we got here? We've got good participants are Thorin. Obviously all the new profiles. Thorin, Feely, Keely, Dwalin, Bilbo, plus Radagast on the Eagle, Tariel, Legolas, Beorn, Gwaihir and 2 Eagles. There's a lot of heroes.
That's a lot of heroes.
Evil get Azog, new version, Bolg, 3 Gundabad captains, and 36 Orc warriors.
Gundabad
Orc
yeah.
warriors. So I think
they got a fair old might as well.
Yeah, but looking at that there, you think those heroes should have it.
It's a 4x4 board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Set in rocky crags.
Yeah. I've not. I don't know that much about this.
Objectives are that the good side has to kill Azog and Bolg.
Yeah.
And the evil side has to reduce the good side to 25% of its starting numbers.
Which is tough.
Yeah. But it's got an awful lot of warriors.
Yeah.
And everything arrives separately.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, but the good side doesn't start with everything. The good side starts with the dwarfs and Bilbo, doesn't it?
Yeah. Then Bolg arrives at the end of turn 3.
With 18.
With 2 Gundabad captains and 18 Gundabads.
So you start with Azog a captain and 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
Against the dwarfs.
Yeah. And Bilbo.
Yeah.
Then turn 4, Legolas, Tariel turn up.
It's the end of turn 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then end of turn 8, Radagast, Eagles and Beorn arrive. And then the evil player can get reinforcements on the roll of a 6 for everyone that's been
So
killed.
did you say Bolg turns up at the end of turn 2?
Turn 3.
Turn 3.
So then you've got to turn to weather the storm, depending on how quickly Legolas and Tauriel get there.
Yeah. So it's interesting as the different models come in.
Yeah.
But it's essentially the good side going all out to kill Azog.
There.
What I really like about this, and this is only spoilers if you haven't read the book, we won't go into detail of the film here, is that it's not the evil side don't auto win if they kill Thorin.
Yeah.
Because he dies in the book.
Yeah.
So it is literally, you can chuck him. It'll be quite thematic.
Yeah.
Because you can chuck everything at Azog.
Yeah. And Thorin is good to chuck at Azog.
Yeah.
Because he has the reroll.
The wounds against him.
And what also could be a good tactic is, I think that Thorin is allowed to heroic combat as well, heroic strike as well, because the heroic combat's free.
Yes, it's a special rule, yeah.
So he could go onto a Gundabad, just a normal 1 warrior, and do the heroic combat for free and strike at the same time.
Well, I force Azog to use a might point striking.
Yeah.
And then if he does it, just go into another Gundabad. Yeah. But that's nasty play. I would hope in that scenario the Thorin charges straight at Azog with Bilbo to half his fight value, obviously.
Yeah.
But it might be harder than it looks for good. Because it'd be hard to really, with all the orcs running around, it's going to be hard for them to get to the.
But bear in mind that Feeling Keely do get 3 attacks in essence for when they're fighting, because Thorin gives them the banner.
I think it could be quite fun to play out.
No, it seems like a cool one.
The way everything enters slowly, and we should have the models for that, to be honest, in the first few months of the new year.
Yeah, because we'll have the Gundabads.
Yeah. So that one says the Southerners from the GBHL team you could look out for.
Yeah.
Might be for a while. As I said, there's a lot to paint in there, but
you've got the eagle. No, it's not that much to paint. It's Radagast on the eagle, but you could proxy that.
I need Guahir as well. Isn't Guahir on there?
Yes. Oh, we need an extra eagle.
Yeah. Well, we can work on this.
Yeah.
We could do this.
Yeah.
So yeah. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
I think despite the picture, Bolg is actually on foot in that.
Yes, he is. So that's
the supplement.
It's a great supplement.
Yeah. Really nice.
Some really good pictures as well. In there. But yeah.
So that's the kind of end of
very impressed
supplement. It did exactly what we wanted to do. Some bits arguably missing, like Dane.
Yeah.
People are wondering about the new Ring Wraith, maybe.
Yeah.
Necromancer, but some also nice bonuses like Radagast on Eagle, and the new White Council profiles.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed us walking through the source book, and I'm sure you've had a chance to take a look at it either as a PDF or a physical copy by now.
And if you have only got the PDF, make sure you go and order a copy of it to show GW that this is a system and a game that is still worth supporting. As ever, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
And happy strategy battle gaming, guys.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.